Hi, I'm Robin, CAP Debt Coach and Acting Manager for the APCM Debt Centre, based here at St Paul's. What pressures and restrictions have I faced in this pandemic? Well, I joined the CAP team just before the start of the pandemic in March 2020, and I haven't known anything other than acting under the restrictions in CAP. Nevertheless, CAP has adapted quite quickly and continued its work throughout that time, and I was trained online and we relaunched the Debt Centre at the beginning of September in Epsom. I can only interview clients by phone rather than face-to-face, which means taking a creative approach when sorting out supporting documents, and any contact is limited to sort of doorstep appearances briefly. Strangely, over the pandemic, there were less referrals overall for CAP across the country, and that was certainly true in the Epsom area. But that is now changing and cases are rising. Since the middle of February, I now have 5 new cases, having only had 3 for all the time before that since September. We can't do any client events like we'd like to, but we have given out gifts, blessings, gifts at Christmas and Easter with the Christian message and the love of Jesus going out, as well as a treat for the families involved, and invited them also to events online with St Paul's. I have a wonderful group of CAP client befrienders who themselves are limited to phone calls in terms of support, but we have met online for monthly prayer meetings, and they've been good times, and I keep them up to date too with weekly reports by email. So all in all, despite the restrictions, the work of CAP rolls on, and the love of Jesus is shared as we go in various ways. What have I learned? I think the big lesson I've learned is that God is faithful. We may have been locked down, but he never is. When God wants something done, he gives you not only the resources, but also the way of doing it. That is certainly true of CAP over the last year. I can think of Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I've certainly proved that over this last year. He is good, he is faithful. How will CAP emerge from the pandemic? Well, busier probably. Hopefully face-to-face visits will return, and I suspect some of the revised practice and working methods during COVID that will be retained, giving clients a more flexible service and approach. What am I looking forward to coming out of the pandemic? Having the full team in terms of Emma coming back in the summer. Running a more flexible service will be great. Most of all, having the opportunity to not only help people, but to tell people about Jesus and his love. The work of CAP, serving Jesus, reaching out to people in need, never stops. God is not limited, and he always empowers us to do his will as we seek to trust and follow him day by day.